So yeah, yesterday's video. Let me preface this by saying I'm not upset at you, commenter. I'm grumpy in general. Today I'm going to talk about more fuckery. A worrying trend in the condo market. And I'll connect the dots on the outrage. Because I guess I need to. Let me start off the condo market quickly. 30% of Canadians now say condos have lost investment appeal. 100% of Canadians should say that condos have lost their investment appeal. One of the problems is the change in the immigration policy. Folks, you got to keep up with current events. Yeah, a year ago we were on track to hit 42 million people in December. And then we changed the policy. And now it's stabilized. And it's forecast to be stable for the foreseeable future. That decreasing growth in demand has driven down the desire for investors to buy condominiums. I want to repeat, this is not how we should be dealing with housing. Anyway, with decreased demand, there's decreases in market rent. And the decreases in market rent, combined with the horror stories out there of people that don't pay their rent, driving people out of condos. Not to mention that the market rent right now is not enough to cover the cost of buying a condo. So if you decide to invest in a condo, you'll be subsidizing somebody else's living expenses. Some people get so upset at me when I say that. Look, it's the truth. If the cost of the apartment is $2,500 a month, and you're paying $2,000, somebody else is literally subsidizing the cost of that apartment. Don't get angry at me, write to Merriam-Webster. In short, this is a disaster, and it'll continue to be a disaster for the foreseeable future until the cost of owning a condo drops to match the market rent. All right, markets are green today because of fuckery. Oil's up and gasoline is up. But gasoline is still cheaper than it was a year ago. At the pump, it's about 40 cents less expensive than it was a year ago. In part due to that carbon tax that isn't there anymore. Before you say, yes, it is still there, just remember, the people that are more prone to misinformation are also the people more prone to vote conservative. Anyway, why are markets green? Fuckery. First up, Trump has backtracked on his comments about firing Jerome Powell. He totally didn't mean to say that he was going to fire Jerome Powell. And then U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that the trade war with China is unsustainable. No shit. I would like to take a moment to point out that I am not a supporter of this man, and I said that he was the biggest threat to the planet, and you all told me I had Trump derangement syndrome. As we're watching him destroy the planet, what do you say now? Anyway, back to the fuckery. If you don't follow Unusual Whales, you really should. Scott Bessent was at a conference for JP Morgan, and just before he made his announcement, someone bought a whole bunch of S&P 500 weekly options. Weekly options that were out of the money. Then a half hour later, the comment was made, and that person made $2 million. I chose the wrong career. Anyway, markets will pick up for a little while on what seems like positive news, but the reality is that the damage is done. The economy is going to slow down for a while. A long while. All right, my outrage. Why am I outraged? You have to connect the dots. First off, the liberals have said very clearly that they don't want to have tariffs. The tariffs on the U.S. products are going to be used to pay for the people who are out of work. In the meantime, we're going to try to increase trade with other countries. The conservatives are doing the exact opposite. Let me take you back to a couple weeks ago. I was outraged about this. I know a whole bunch of you are going to be upset with me right now. But this allows us to trade with the rest of the world. Remember this? The Paris Climate Agreement? There's only 3 countries that have not ratified the agreement. Iran, Libya, and Yemen. Trading superpowers. And the U.S. says that they are intending to pull out. There's a joke in there. Anyway, this is what it looks like in a graphic. All the green countries, Paris Agreement. All the red countries, not in the Paris Agreement. If we want to do trade with the green countries, we have to continue our part of the Paris Agreement, which is the carbon pricing on industries. If we don't do that, we're locked into trading with these people. And those people are intent on replacing income tax with tariffs, which means they will have tariffs on products coming from Canada, and Canada will have reciprocal tariffs on products coming from the United States. And since they will be the only people we're going to trade with, you're going to pay for everything. All the rest doesn't matter, because this plan will leave you fucked regardless of who you vote for. Just remember, I make videos where I say, I told you so. Like that. I told you so. And I'm telling you so again. A whole bunch of you won't listen, but I try.